You right guys, you're joining me out here on the bank at Norman Cross Fishery. Now, I'm here to talk about all things solid bag fishing. Now, it's a tactic that can be used all throughout the year. However, I think it's particularly successful in the winter months. Being able to put out a high attract little parcel of bait in and amongst snags, rushes, can just be a super deadly effective tactic, and sometimes can be the difference between catching and not. On top of that, once you get solid bags right, they're really easy to use, which makes winter fishing just more enjoyable across the board. So what I thought I'd do is firstly talk about the bundle that I've put together, which is everything you need for a solid bag, and then I'm going to show you how to tie it, how to use those elements to make the perfect rig, and also show you exactly what I'm doing on this session in particular. This is the Flanx Tackle bundle that's live on the website. And as you can see inside, it comes with everything you need to make this perfect solid bag. You've got the Nash medium speed load systems, you've got 2mm pellet, you've got some Scopex squid stick mix, you've got 3 inline leads, 3 ready-made leaders, and all the other bits and bobs you need to make the perfect solid bag. That's the bundle. It's live on the website. It's $59.99, which is considerably less than if you were to buy all these items separately. Now, let's make up the rig and show you exactly how to tie the bag. Right, let's talk how to tie the solid bag rig. It's really easy. I like to use a loop-to-loop slip D rig, meaning you can change the hook over, and as you're in session, you just put a new hook on, tie the new bag, you're out there fishing. Starting off, I use the 20-pound armour link, and I strip off a section, give myself a little bit of extra, maybe 12 or so inches. You'll have to bear with me because my hands are absolutely freezing. So I get a loop, make a loop in that line, maybe 3.5 inches, and then simply tie that loop into a knot, bed that down a little bit, cut the tag end off, and there we go. As you can see, bit of line, loop at the end. Then I'll pick up a medium kicker and I'll simply thread that onto the loop, and then followed by a size 6 claw. I really like this pattern of hook. It's the perfect size, not too big, not too small, but it's super strong and sharp, so I find this to be the best possible pattern for a solid bag. Thread that over the loop there, push that kicker on. My hands are that cold, I'm gonna have to use my t-shirt. There we go. That's the kicker on. And then the final component is a size 8 bait screw. I really like size 8 bait screws. You can put wafters, pop-ups, bottom baits, hard-ons. You can really change pop-up corn, plastic corn, things like that. You can change it quickly. You're not messing around with floss, getting your lighter. Yeah, I just find it super easy to use. And then the final touch is I like to do mine not super short, because I like there to be a little bit of movement in the rig, so when the fish picks it up, it flies up into the mouth, but obviously you don't want it too long. It's a solid bag rig and it needs to come into contact with the lead. So trim that end off a little bit, tie another loop in the other end. As you're going to see in a minute, that loop will attach to the inline lead system. That's the rig. Now let's show you how I put that into a solid bag. So, once you've got the rig section attached onto the lead and the leader, it's ready to go into the solid bag. I have added onto there a little citrus 12mm yellow wafter. Perfect. Right, this is honestly so simple. So Nash have made a medium speed load bag system, which makes tying the solid bag considerably easier than it has been previously. So I'll start off by getting one of those out. Once you've got the bag, you get the blue funnel with the black collar over the top of it. And what that does is it holds the bag in position. Once that's on there, you take the black collar off, that expands, and like I've said, it holds the bag whilst you're putting the hook bait and the bait into there. Blow that just to kick it all out, and then you start adding your bait. First of all, I'll start off by adding a little sprinkle of Scopex squid stick mix just at the bottom of the bag, like a very small layer there. And then I go about adding the hook bait in. Now, you want the hook bait to land on one side of the bag, and then you add a little bit more stick mix, just enough to cover up the hook bait. and then you go about adding your lead in. Now before you put the lead down, I just like to tap that just to compact all of that stick mix into the bottom of the bag, and then lay the lead at the other side of the bag. So as you can see there, I've put the hook bait at the front of the bag and the lead line flush along the back of the bag. Now I'm going to start adding some 2mm Scopex Squid pellet. Now there's no perfect order on how much stick mix you put in and how much Scopex Squid pellet you put in, but I like to start off with a stick mix that's slightly finer, and then I mix and match to fill the bag up. So you go just above covering the lead, but you want to leave enough PVA to be able to tie off the bag at the end. You don't want to overload it. There we go. Make sure that's nice and compact. And then you simply, this is the part that's super easy with this system, you simply twist the bag at the top, twist that like so, and then you lick around this, and then push that over. Sometimes you have to just feed it off like that. There we go. And take it away. The last job to do, pat down the corners at either end, fold them in, and there you have it. As you saw, super quick, super simple, solid bag, and the final job to do is put some holes in it with your bait needle just to allow the air to escape so that that melts on the bottom perfectly. There we go. I reckon that's taken me about 1.5 minutes. You can get them tighter if you want, spend a little bit more time with them, but in this instance that is absolutely perfect. It's going to land on the bottom, hook bait on the top, the nice little yellow wafter, and that is the perfect solid bag rig.